Nine. Okay, you're all very welcome this evening. It's great to see you all here, and thank you for joining us. So for people who don't know us, my name is Marie, and over there on my screen, I don't know where she is on your screen, that's Sharon.
Hi, everyone.
And we're going to attempt to lead this between us tonight. So this is new. So please be patient and bear with us to see how it goes. So we are here to do the midweek exhale. And I suppose the purpose of the midweek exhale is we start on a Monday and a lot of us are busy, and we don't really exhale till Friday. So this is a chance to take a break and just take a short time to exhale, to just literally land and be present. We won't keep you, the breathing part of it won't last for any more than an hour. It'll probably last a little bit less. What are we going to do? We're actually going to do 4 different breathwork techniques this evening. And 3 of them are breathwork techniques that are taught on our breathwork coach course. The other one is the breathwork technique that is focused on in our facilitator training. So for people who are here who are interested in either of the courses, these are the kind of sessions you can run. You can run these sessions after you've done the breathwork coach course without the middle one. So the session is going to, the shape of the session is going to, it's going to be very similar. So we're going to start with some breath awareness. And then I'm going to take the first breath. So I explain what we're going to do. We'll do a few practice breaths. And then there'll be music when you'll have space, you'll be invited to do the breath. And there'll be about 6 minutes of the breath. And then there'll be silence. And in that silence, it's a chance to connect back in with how you are, what's changed since we began, and to just connect back in with your body and your breath. Then Sharyn will take over and she'll explain the second breath, and there'll be music while you breathe the second breath, and there'll be more silence. Then I'll do the third and Sharyn will do the fourth. So the 4 breaths we're going to do today are coherence breathing, bellows breath, very gentle, conscious, connected breathing, and then we're going to finish with 4-7-8 breathing. So whether that means anything to you or not at the minute doesn't matter. You will be guided through absolutely every one of them. This is your session. This is very much your session. There will be breaths that you will probably prefer and ones this evening that don't sit right with you. Please feel free to stick with any one that you prefer if we come to one that you feel, I don't really feel this one this evening. Because with all breathwork techniques, it's not that maybe you like one and you don't, maybe it is, sometimes it is you like one and you don't like another. But for me, I find that some evenings one suits me and another doesn't suit me. So it's very much your session. So you engage with the breath whatever way you like. What we will do is we will explain what the breath is in the books, but then you can adapt it to suit you, because none of us are out of books. We're all different, and what suits me tonight won't suit anybody else. So please feel free to engage as much or as little as you like. The one thing I would ask that you do during the session is that you remain very conscious of your breath. And if you spend the next 40 minutes being conscious of your breath, just breathing normally, that will do you a huge amount of good, because just connecting to our breath is one of the most powerful things we can do. Okay, so that being said, you can sit up, you can lie down. It's entirely up to you. You can lie down for some and sit up for others. Feel free to do what you need to do. Because there's no contraindications for these, because the conscious connected breathing we're going to do in the middle is very short and it's very gentle. So we're not going to be pushing it. We're not looking for any of those big altered states. And what I'm actually going to do is you're going to do it in chunks. So we'll do it and then we'll come out, because I am aware it's 20 to 8 in the evening and some people just want to wind down. So that being said, if you get yourself comfortable, whatever way you want to breathe this evening, just get yourself really comfortable. And just begin to settle into your body. Take your time and just feel, are you comfortable? Maybe you need a wriggle, maybe you need to move slightly or adjust something to make yourself comfortable. Making sure that if your head is supported by a pillow, it's not too high because you want your airways to be clear. And just bringing the attention inside and beginning to notice what's there this evening. And we're not trying to change anything. Although sometimes when we begin to notice, things change, and that's okay too. But just noticing. So noticing your body. Is there tension? Is there tightness? Maybe there's tingling. Maybe there's lightness. Just notice what's there. And try not to judge it or think it should be another way. It is what it is. Now notice your mind. Maybe you're coming with a busy mind. Maybe there's lots of thoughts buzzing about, or maybe you've had a chance to clear some of those thoughts. And again, whatever's there is absolutely perfect. Just notice it. And then maybe begin to be curious as to how you feel right now. Or maybe you have no idea how you feel. And that's okay too. And maybe when you inquire as to how you feel, something's coming up. And then how do you know that's how you feel? Is it in your head or can you feel it in your body? And now just bring your attention to your breath. And again, just observe what it's like this evening without changing anything, without feeling the need to adjust it. Just observe what it's like. Letting go of all the, it should be this or it should be that. Maybe you're breathing through your mouth. Maybe try taking a few breaths through your nose. And notice what parts of your body are moving as you breathe. Is it your chest? Is it your stomach? Can you feel any other parts of your body moving? Maybe you're aware of the clothes as you breathe. But just noticing. That's all we need to do right now. And we're going to begin with our first breath, which is coherence breathing. And coherence breathing is where we bring our breath into balance, so that the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale are the same. And when we do coherence breathing, we bring our whole system into balance. and it's really good for heart health, really good for anxiety. And it's a really good breath to use during the day. And if you were to take the book and look at coherence breathing, it's generally called 4-4 breathing. So you're breathing in for 4 and you're breathing out for 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4 and we're going to breathe out for 4. And we're going to just do 4 breaths like that. And what I want you to use this for is I want you to use this to work out where you need to be this evening. Because we might breathe in for 4 and out for 4, and you might think that's far too long, and then you can cut it back and breathe in for 3, breathe out for 3, or even breathe in for 2 and breathe out for 2 to begin with. Or when we count 4, you might feel it's not long enough. So again, it's your time to experiment so that when the music starts, you have an idea where you're going to start. The thing that's important with coherence breathing is that we try and keep the inhale and the exhale as close to the same length as we can. You can count, you don't have to count, you can just feel it, and that works equally well. But we're going to start by breathing in for 4 and out for 4. So let's take a deep breath in and let it go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And just continue breathing at your own pace, whether that's in 4, out 4, and 3, whatever number suits you best. But focusing on your breath, keeping as much of your attention there as you can. Keeping your attention on your breath. Those breaths balanced. Maybe as you settle in, if you started, wherever you started, maybe you can add another count on to the inhale and exhale. Breathing in and out gently through your nose. Keeping those breaths balanced. Maybe you could extend the inhale and the exhale another count. Keeping them gentle and balanced. As the music fades, just let go of the control of your breath. Allow it to come back to its natural rhythm. And just notice.
And as the bird song begins again, just noticing how it was to be in silence. Just reflecting on how that was for you as the breath practice came to an end. And in this next segment, we're going to introduce a different kind of breathing. We're going to introduce Bellows Breath. And breathing for this breath, if it's possible for you, in and out through the nose. And with pretty equal breaths. So if you've ever used a bellow near the fire where you push it in, you pull it out, you push it in, you pull it out. And it's that pushing in and out that we're going to do with our rib cage and our lungs. And we're going to bring in some movement. So if you can manage to put your forearms together from your elbows through to your wrist. And as you breathe in, we're going to open up the arms. And as you exhale and breathe out, we're going to close up the arms. So just bringing in that movement of inhale, arms out, exhale, arms in. Inhale, arms out, exhale, arms in. And you can choose the speed that works for you. And what we're doing is we're just opening up our rib cage. Now for those of you who want to just have a look, I will be doing the breath to demonstrate, so you can take a look with me. So here we go. Find a rhythm that works for you. In and out, through the nose, moving your arms in and out as you go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember the purpose of the bellows. We're lighting up the fire. We're stoking the fire within. So let every inhale and every exhale stoke up the fire within. The movement of your arms open the chest. And play with the rhythm. When you feel comfortable, just speed it up just a little notch. Just notice how that's feeling, how the movement and the breath are feeling in your body. If you need to go down a notch, just slow it down a notch. If you'd like to stoke that fire just a little bit more, then you can go up a notch. This is probably the most activating breath we'll do, so you've got 90 more seconds. See how that feels for you, and find a good rhythm. Now, whatever speed you were doing, just let's slow it down a little as we come to the end of this track. And just notice how you feel. Notice what's happening in your body. And prepare yourself to embrace the silence and to spend a little time in reflection. Just a gentle pause.
And as the bird song begins again, just reflect on that silence and how that silence felt. And if it was the same as the last silence or the first silence, or it was different. And we're going to move into conscious connected breathing this time. And we're going to do it through our nose. So we're going to take breaths deep down into our belly. And we're going to connect the breath. So there's going to be no pause at the top of the inhale and no pause at the bottom of the exhale. And we're going to focus a little bit more on the inhale, although we're not going to pull really hard on the inhale. And we're just going to let the exhale fall out of us. So the inhale is a little more active than the exhale. And again, in this one, find your own rhythm. So if you want to practice a couple of breaths just to see what it feels like. Breathing in through your nose. And then just letting go on the exhale. No pauses or gaps. Try another two. And as you're doing this, you can experiment. If you want to try breathing in through your nose and letting the exhale just fall out through your mouth, you can try that as well to see how it feels. But being very gentle, we don't need to be pulling really hard on the inhale this evening. Just gently focusing on the inhale, but letting the exhale just happen. And when you're doing this, find your own rhythm, find your own speed, and allow yourself to fall into that rhythm. There's no counting or length, or just find a rhythm that feels good for you this evening. So no gaps at the top or at the bottom. keeping the breath like one big circle. Keeping your focus on the inhale and bringing it deep down into your belly, but gently. Keeping your focus on your inhale. Keeping the breath connected like the waves coming up on the beach, no pause. Keeping the breath circular and continuous so that we can quieten some of that mental chatter. And if it's feeling too much, just feel free to take a pause. So allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm just for a few breaths, and then start again. Did take a pause, maybe just coming back into the connected breathing again. Keeping it very gentle, just enough to quieten down the mental chatter. Keeping the breaths connected, breathing in and out through your nose. Breathing very softly. focus on the inhale. Just begin to let go of the control of the breath as the music comes to an end. Just notice how that feels and what, if anything, it has changed. And enjoy the silence.
And as the birdsong begins again, just reflect on that last period of silence. Did it feel longer or shorter than the earlier ones? And how comfortable did you feel as you just allowed that pause, that silence to permeate? We're moving now into the last segment of our breath sequencing. And we're going to breathe with a breath called 4-7-8. And that's an inhale for the count of 4, a hold for the count of 7, and an exhale for the count of 8. Now, a hold doesn't work for everyone. What this breath does is kind of really calms down the nervous system and helps massively with anxiety if you can manage the hold. An alternative is to simply lengthen your exhale. So breathe in through the nose and then just breathe out through the mouth, maybe with pursed lips, like you're blowing out of a straw. And doing that exhale for a little bit longer than your inhale. So that's your adaptation. And we're going to start with that, I think, and then I'm going to lead you into 4-7-8, just a little bit into the tune. So let's just start by inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through pursed lips. And let's see if we can do that for the count of 4 and 8. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time, inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And carry on with that if that feels good and comfortable to you. And maybe you might need to shorten that and breathe in for 3 and out for 6. Maybe like me, you might really enjoy the exhale, and the exhale might be much longer. Or a little shorter. The important thing is the extended exhale, the lengthened exhale, just lets your nervous system know that everything is okay. And we're going to try holding now, if you want to. If you don't want to, carry on with your inhale through the nose and your lengthened exhale through pursed lips. If you want to try a hold, then follow my count. Emptying out your lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you just breathe along with your own count now. And as the music comes to or fades to an end, just let all your breath patterns and rhythms gently fall away. And remember how we started. We started just by bringing awareness to our breath, noticing the breath moving through our body. And we peppered our practice with some silence just to allow us to notice. So let's just take one more pause, one more moment of silence, and just notice what you notice about your breath, about your body, about your overall well-being. And as we welcome the birdsong again, this time we're going to start to bring some movement and some attention back into our body. So it's time to think about returning back into a more outwardly aware space. So you're going to move your attention to how it feels to be on the surface, whether you're sitting or lying. You're maybe going to bring in a stretch, some movement maybe into your fingers, into your toes. I'm moving my shoulders and just rolling my head and my neck slightly. And perhaps you're going to bring some gentle tapping to the chest, just with the very tips of your fingers, not too hard at all. And if that doesn't feel good, you might just want to rub, bring some self-touch to your arms, maybe to your hands. Just beginning to really feel into your body again. If you're laid down, you might want to think about moving onto one side, beginning to think about coming up to sitting. If you are already sitting, perhaps just bring some gentle tapping to your face. Your eyes still closed, but imagining the room that you're in. And then from that seated position, perhaps rub your hands together creating some heat and then placing them over your eyes, and just opening your eyes into that warm space behind your fingers. Bringing your hands down and blinking open your eyes into the main room. And if you do have your camera off, perhaps considering putting your camera back on and joining us. And if that's not comfortable for you, then just letting us know that you're back in the room with a reaction or a comment in the chat box. I am going to stop the recording.